A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move that has sparked widespread debate, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order aimed at slashing federal funding for public broadcasters PBS and NPR. The order, signed on a Thursday night, accuses both organizations of demonstrating bias in their reporting, claiming that they fail to provide a fair and accurate portrayal of current events to American taxpayers. The directive instructs the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, alongside other federal agencies, to cease all federal funding for NPR and PBS. Additionally, it mandates these agencies to identify and eliminate any indirect sources of public financing that may support these news organizations. The White House, in a social media statement following the signing, asserted that these outlets receive millions of taxpayer dollars to disseminate what they termed radical, woke propaganda disguised as news. This action marks the latest in a series of efforts by the Trump administration to exert control over institutions that it perceives as adversarial to its agenda. Since taking office, Trump has made significant changes, including the dismissal of leaders, placing staff on leave, and cutting funding to various cultural institutions such as libraries, museums, and the National Endowment for the Humanities. PBS and NPR, which collectively receive approximately $500 million in public funding, have been bracing for potential funding cuts since Trump's election, as Republican officials have long criticized their operations. Paula Kerger, the president and CEO of PBS, expressed her concerns about the implications of this funding cut, stating that it would disrupt the essential services provided by PBS and local member stations to the American public. Kerger emphasized the importance of public broadcasting in preparing children for success and providing high-quality programming, noting, "There's nothing more American than PBS, and our work is only possible because of the bipartisan support we have always received from Congress." In a further complication, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting has filed a lawsuit against Trump, contesting his recent decision to fire 3 members of its 5-person board. The lawsuit argues that the president has overstepped his authority and that his actions have deprived the board of a quorum necessary for conducting business. Just 2 weeks prior to the signing of the executive order, the White House indicated plans to ask Congress to rescind funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting as part of a broader $9.1 billion package of budget cuts. However, this proposal has yet to be formally presented to Congress. The push against PBS and NPR comes amid ongoing efforts to dismantle the U.S. Agency for Global Media, which oversees entities such as Voice of America and Radio Free Europe/Radio Liberty. These organizations were established to promote independent journalism in regions where press freedom is restricted. The administration's attempts to cut funding and influence these agencies have faced legal challenges, with federal courts occasionally ruling that Trump may have exceeded his authority in withholding funds allocated by Congress. This executive order has ignited a fierce debate about the role of public broadcasting in America and the potential consequences of cutting its funding. Critics argue that such actions threaten the independence of media organizations and undermine the diversity of viewpoints available to the public. Supporters of the president, however, argue that it is necessary to hold media organizations accountable for perceived bias in their reporting. As the situation unfolds, the future of public broadcasting in the United States remains uncertain, with advocates rallying to defend the essential services provided by PBS and NPR. The outcome of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting's lawsuit and the broader implications of Trump's executive order will likely shape the landscape of public media in America for years to come. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.